So this is the exact strategy and design that we use to create our 6-figure and 7-figure Shopify dropshipping stores in 2023. Now, I will be putting two examples on the screen, a mobile version and a desktop version, so you can see how nice this Shopify store looks. And guess what? I'm using a completely free theme with some custom sections built in, and I'll be teaching you how to do this all today. Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. My name is Ghiorghiu, known as the ECOM King, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my brand new Shopify theme tutorial in 2023. So the theme that I'm going to be showing you, the way I create and design it, is the exact strategy that I'm using in 2023 to test my dropshipping products and to scale my winning dropshipping products and private labeled products. Now, for the next 60 to 90 minutes, I'm going to be showing you step by step from the ground up how I build these Shopify stores, the logo, the design, the pictures, how I'm able to generate all this content and make my store look really nice. And what I'm going to be doing in this video is showing you guys how you can make your dropshipping store at the entry level look like a real brand through images, logos, colors, and templates. Now, what I've also done to make your life really easy in this step-by-step tutorial is I've created a free Google Doc sheet that's going to contain copy and paste templates that you can use, all the resources that I use to create this store that I'm going to be showing you in this video. So as soon as we hit 3,000 likes, it'll be in the pinned comment and in the description below. Now, to put the icing on the cake, I'm also going to be doing a massive giveaway where I'm going to be giving away the store that I showed you in the intro way and 4 other stores that include winning products. 5 lucky people are going to have the chance to win a pre-built store with a winning product inside. If you want to enter that giveaway, all we got to do is hit 5,000 likes and leave a comment why you want to win the store, and then I'll be picking the 5 best comments once we hit the 5,000 likes. With all that being said, guys, make sure you get your computer, make sure you get your desktop, and follow along. I've made this process so simple so you can recreate a beautiful looking Shopify store. So guys, before I actually get into showing you how to build a Shopify dropshipping store, let me quickly go over the first few requirements. So as you guys can see on my screen, I'm on AliExpress, and this is the product that I'm going to be using as the hypothetical example in today's video. So what I'm trying to say is, if you haven't picked a product yet, guys, there's no point watching this video unless you just want to see how a store looks like when it gets built. But you should really be watching this once you've got a product so you can follow the video along. Now, how I found this product is I went to Peakster, went to the winner section, and I found it under the winner section, and then it gave me all the information of the product here, which I'll be using later to help me build the website. And there's also features built into Peakster that's also going to help me when it comes to creating my website. But I will be showing you some free alternatives if you can't get Peakster. Now, I'm not going to be going over product research in this video, guys. It's not the point of this video. So if you want to learn how to choose products, then I'll leave a link in the description and the cheat sheet on how to find products. So as soon as you've chosen your dropshipping product, we need to choose a Shopify plan, and I'd highly recommend that you use my exclusive link in the description because you're going to be able to get 3 months for $3, and that's going to save you over $80 because normally Shopify will only give you a 14-day free trial. So by using my exclusive link, you're going to get different deals and bonuses. Now, these will always change depending on the time of the year, so there'll be the latest one using my link, and most importantly, using my link helps support me as a content creator, giving you all this crazy free knowledge. So all you guys need to do is type in your email address here and then click the start free trial button. Now, once you click the start free trial button, it should take you to a page where you need to enter a few different details. And once you've done that, it should take you into a dashboard that looks like mine right now. And this is where you need to pick a plan. Now, for 80 to 90% of people that are watching this, you just need to go for the basic plan here, which is the most popular. And this is going to be $1 per month for 2 months. And then it'll go to the normal pricing, which should be around about $29.99. Now, the only time I'd recommend advancing to the next plan is if you know you're going to start drop shipping with a lot of staff accounts, because you're going to get more staff accounts with this one, or you know you're going to do a good amount of volume and you're going to save money on the transaction fees. But like I said before, 80 to 90% of you guys that are watching this, just choose the basic plan. Now, the next step that I'd recommend that you do very quickly is go to store, go to basic details, scroll down, and you should see here where it says store currency. You want to change it to US dollars, and the reason why is because that is the global reserve currency worldwide, and you're going to be operating with that currency in most countries, so make sure you change it to USD. Now, we will be installing a currency converter later on, but I'd recommend that you set this to USD as default, as that's what I do with all of my stores. Now, the next thing that we need before we can actually create the store is a domain name. A domain name is very important for our store. Without a domain name, we can't do anything. So now I'd recommend you go to a website called Hostinger because they give you a free domain name. Now, if you go through Shopify, you have to pay an extra $14 to $15, I think. So if you create an account with Hostinger, you're going to get a free domain name. So that will save you $15 to $20, and you can't complain when it comes to saving money. That's basically your 3rd to 4th month for Shopify being completely paid for. So all you guys need to do is click claim deal, create an account, and it should give you the option to get your free domain name. So as you guys can see, I've created a free account with Hosting, and you can see here, claim your free domain name. All you got to do is click claim domain name, and then you just need to enter the domain name that you want to claim. Now, this will depend on what we want to call the name of our store. Now, this is the first section of the build. So what is going to be our brand name? So my product is going to be this high pressure water shower filter with the stone beads. So I need to think of something that correlates with the name of my product or the product category. So the best way to come up with the name of your product is think logically, what does my product solve? What's the end goal of the product, and how can I combine the name of the product into a brand name? Now, a few ideas that I came up with is shower fresh. Now, why shower fresh? Because this product is designed to keep you clean, but to also make sure that you don't get any chlorine in the water, to get rid of any hard water. So it's technically making the shower more fresh. Now, if I go to try and get that domain name showerfresh.com, it's probably not going to be available because it's too much of a popular name. So what can I do? I'm going to change this to Get Shower Fresh. Why can I say Get Shower Fresh? Because you're getting a fresh shower. So technically, this domain name is still valuable. GetShowerFresh.com. Now, if you're already struggling to come up with a brand name or a brand domain name, then I will leave a link to a website in the description and in the cheat sheet where it'll give you brand name ideas by entering keywords like shower or beauty, and then it'll give you loads of ideas that you can use. But honestly, guys, it just comes down to logic and thinking with logic. You can create some great brand names by just thinking with logic. And if you're not sure about your brand name, ask one of your friends, ask one of your family if it sounds okay. I just want to honestly say to you guys that you don't need to be overthinking when it comes to your brand name. As long as it makes sense and it looks good, then that's completely fine. Don't overthink it. Just get on with it. So as soon as you come up with a domain name that's available, make sure you claim it through Hostinger and then transfer it to Shopify. I'm not going to be going over it in this video because it is super easy to do, and Hostinger and Shopify also have videos showing you how to do it. And that isn't the most important part of this video. The actual store build is the important part. But as we're talking about Hostinger offer loads of other great services like premium web hosting, cloud professional services as well. And they do also offer Shopify alternative websites. So if you want to use WooCommerce or WordPress, then Hostinger is your best place to do so. Now, to make sure that your domain name is connected to your Shopify store, go back over to settings, go to domains, and then you should see here buy new domain or connect. You should hit connect, enter your domain name, and then it will give you the instructions to connect it from Hostinger. Now, if you don't want to do that process and you just want to do it through Shopify, then you just need to click buy new domain name and then just enter the name of the domain name, click buy through Shopify, and it'll be instantly available. So that moves us on to now building the Shopify store, guys. So what you need to do is go to where it says online store here on the left-hand section, go to themes. And you should see a theme installed on your Shopify store, and it should be the Dawn theme. The Dawn theme is normally automatically downloaded to your Shopify store. Now, let's say it isn't added here, which would be odd. All you need to do is scroll down to where it says theme library, and you just need to select Dawn from here. And Dawn is here on the left-hand section. But again, do not install it if it's already installed here. The latest version of Dawn is 9.0. Then once the Dawn theme is showing, just hit the customize button here. Now, as soon as you hit that customize button, guys, it should now take you into the Shopify theme editor, and yours should look identical to mine. Now, as soon as you get into here, guys, we're going to be focusing here on the left-hand section, which says home page, and it gives you all of these different sections. Now, the first thing that we need to do, guys, is start getting rid of the stuff that we don't need. So if you go here to where it says template, you're going to see where it says image banner. What you need to do is hit image banner, come over to the right-hand side, and you should see 3 little dots here. Click remove. And then here it's going to say featured collection. You're going to keep this one here, guys. You're not going to get rid of it. So make sure you just leave this one as it is. The next thing that we're going to want to do is hit add section. Now, as soon as you hit add section, you're going to see loads of different things pop up that you can add. The first thing that we're going to add is image with text. So this one right here that says image with text, we're going to select it. And then as soon as you select it, it should add it into the theme. Now, what you want to do as soon as you add it is you want to come to the right hand side. You'll get an eye icon, or you'll get this little pad button. You're going to select the little pad button and scroll it up. And this image with text should be at the top of your theme. Now, the next thing that we need to do is we need to add a multi-column row. So if you go to where it says add section again, go to where it says multi-column here. So you can see here multi-column or multi-column row. You're going to select multi-row. So just hit that. And then as soon as you hit that, it should show this. You're then going to drag this one under image with text. So under image with text, that's where it should be. So you should have the image with text and then your row. Now, the next thing that we're going to add, guys, is a featured product. So if we go back to add section, you should see featured product right here, the second one down. Select it, and we're going to have that under the multi-row. So if we just drag that under the multi-row, it should show it here. So just to let you guys know, if you don't already know, we are building a one product store, but it is going to have upsells on that store. So the main product again is going to be this, but on the store, we're also going to have a few little alternative products at the bottom. So you can either call it a one product store with a few upsells, or you can call it a niche store. It's down to what you want to call it, but it isn't a general store. Now you can edit the theme that I'm showing you right now on this video as a general store if you wanted to. All the principles stay the same. The only thing that would change is you do need to add a collection page by just hitting add section, and then you're going to see collection page. But if you are wanting to build a one product store or a niche store, then you need to follow exactly what I'm doing right now. Now, the next thing that we need to add is a collapsible content. So go back to where it says add section, and you're going to see here collapsible content. Click that, and you're going to drag this one over featured collection. So it should be under featured product. So you got your featured product, and then you got your collapsed content. Now, the last section that we need to add, guys, is a video. So hit add section again, scroll down to where it says video, and now add this above featured collection. So it should be the second thing down to the bottom. So you should have your video, then your featured products. Now, to go over it again, guys, you've got here at the top, image with text. Then you've got here your multi-row, then you've got your featured product, then you've got your collapsible content, then your video, and then your featured products. Now, this is going to be like where you show your little alternative products as upsells here. So the main product is going to be displayed here, then your alternative products are going to be displayed here. Now, as soon as you've done that, guys, make sure you hit the save button in the top right, because if you don't save and something happens, you're going to lose all the stuff you've just done. So, guys, the next section that we're going to be focusing on is the footer section very quickly. So if you go to footer, here it says footer again, add block, and the first one you're going to be adding is menu. And as soon as you've added menu, you should see it says quick links here. And then what you want to do then is you want to add another block, and the next block that you're going to be adding is an image. And then the next block that you're going to be adding after the image is text. Now, don't worry about what these blocks are for now, guys. I'm going to be teaching you and showing you how to fill these out later. We're just adding it for the template so far. So as soon as you've done that, guys, remember to hit save again. So as soon as you guys have done the home section format and the footer format, as I'm showing you now, you need to go and create an account on Canva. Now, if you use my link to create an account with Canva, you will get 30 days for free, so you technically don't need to pay for it. But I've been having Canva for years now. I've not cancelled my subscription for the last 4 years. I use Canva all the time for my stores, as it's the easiest way. It's the best way to create graphics and designs for your dropshipping business. So as soon as you've created an account with Canva, guys, make sure you choose the pro version, as that is what I'll be using when I use Canva today, as that's what I need to create all the designs that I'm going to be showing you today, because it gives you all the features you need. So the first thing you need to do, go to the search bar and search for logo. So you're literally going to search for logo and then click select. So as soon as you've done that, guys, it should show logo templates, and you can also filter it down by different designs like new, corporate, modern, aesthetic, or you can also change it by category. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I leave mine as it is. I don't filter it down. I literally just scroll through all of the designs that are showing, and I look at a design that I think would fit nicely with my product or nicely with my business. Now, when you're doing this, guys, again, it comes back to logic again, which one would fit nicest with your brand. Now, if I scroll down, you can see here it says clean home. Now, this is the only one that I've seen so far that matches my product. Why does this match my product? One, the color is blue. Why would I choose the color blue for my product? Because it's a shower product. What comes out of this? Water. So what color is water? Blue. So that makes sense for me to choose something like this. Now, why else do I like this logo? Because it says clean home. This shower product is about cleaning yourself. So it's kind of correlated. So I'm just going to choose this template because it makes the most sense. So after scrolling for a little bit longer, guys, I actually found a different logo that I preferred. Now, this is the logo that I originally liked, but I don't like the font that's being used on this logo. But I do like the font that's being used on this logo. So I can take the color from this logo and add it into this logo. But this logo here, I like how simple and how modern and sleek it looks. And to be honest with you guys, don't make your logo look cheap and tacky. Just go with something that looks simple. Not like this. This here looks tacky. I don't like it. Or like this one here looks really nice. This one here is really nice. This one here is really nice. But this just looks a little bit tacky. This one's really nice as well. So I'm going to go with this one because I feel like it'll look nice and professional. So as soon as you select it, guys, all you need to do is hit customize this template. Now, although my brand is called getshowerfresh.com, I'm just going to simplify it to shower fresh, as that would look better and it'd also sound better. So I'm just going to change the text here to shower fresh in higher case. So after changing the title to shower fresh, I'm going to change the underneath section to products. So it's going to say shower fresh products, because remember, I'm going to be selling more than just one product on this store. So I'm going to change this to say products, or you can change it to say in our range. It's up to you what you think sounds the best and looks the best. So after doing that, guys, I'm not a fan of the font, but I am a fan of the way it looks and the design of it. So I'm just going to change the font, and I think I'll be happy with this. So I'm just going to highlight it, go to the font here and change it to the one that I like. So after spending around about 10 minutes going through loads of different fonts, I found one that I like. It's called League Spartan. So this will take time, guys, but just go through all the different fonts and choose one that you like. I think this looks really professional and really nice. The only thing that I don't like is the size of this. So I'm going to make this slightly smaller and then just put it underneath. So I think that looks really nice. Now, the only thing that I need to do is change the color of the font, this bit here, to blue. So I'm going to change this to a blue, and I quite like this blue here, this turquoisey blue, because it looks like water. I might want to adjust it slightly, but I'm pretty happy with the way that is. Also, I don't like the black font here because I think it's a little bit too bold, so I'm going to change it to like a dark gray, and I think that will make it look really balanced. So I've just done that, and you can see now that looks a lot more nicer and a lot more balanced. Now, the logo is nothing crazy. I think it looks professional and clean, and that's the job that I'm looking for. And I've also choose the brand color that I want, which is like this turquoisey blue color, because it correlates with the type of product that I'm selling. So as soon as you've done that, guys, all you need to do is print screen this. Now, the reason why I print screen it instead of downloading it is because if you print screen it, you're able to make the logo fit the website a lot nicer. So I leave the background being white, then I use the Mac keyboard shortcut to do the print screen, and then I print screen it as close as I can to the box. So this box here is the print screen. I try and get it as close as I can, and again, the reason why I'm doing this is because when I upload it to the website, it's going to fill the website a lot better, because if you do it by downloading it, then you're going to have all of this white here, and it will make your logo look really small. So if there's another way of doing it, guys, I've just been doing it this way for years, and I find it the easiest way of doing it. So as soon as you guys have created your logo and took a screen snap of it, you want to go back to Shopify, to the theme editor. You want to go to here where it says theme settings, and you want to go to where it says colors. So where it says colors, this is now where we're going to adjust the brand color of the website, and it's going to correlate with the color that we've chosen on Canva. So what you can do is by going to Canva, selecting the text, go to the color of the font, and then click the color. It's going to give you the hashtag code to get the exact same color on Shopify. Now, as soon as you've done that, you want to go to where it says accent 1, and you want to change this with the color of your logo. So the color of my logo is this hex number here. So I'm going to change it to this hex number, and you're going to see it pop up. So after entering my hex code number for the color, it's giving me that exact color that I needed from the Canva logo, and it should now show up in your recently selected. So if you need to choose colors again, you shouldn't have to do this process again. So then you want to move over to where it says accent 2 here, and you want to change it to that color, and again, it should show it in recently selected. And then you want to go to where it says outline button and select that color again. And then these colors here are going to be left as they are. You do not want to touch these ones here, but you do want to go back up to where it says accent 2 gradient. We are going to be adjusting this. Now, the reason why we're going to be choosing a gradient color is because I do believe that in 2023, by having a gradient on your website, it completely separates you from the competition. It looks modern and it looks professional as long as you do it the way I show you, because if you do use gradients, you can make it look tacky. So make sure when you're using gradients, you follow the strategy I'm showing you now. So the gradient that I'm going to be choosing is this one here, this purpley colored one with the blue at the bottom. So I'm going to select it. So after you've selected the gradient color, you want to go to where it says position. Underneath that, it should show the color. And then you want to select the recent color that you've chosen. So hit the recent color you've chosen, and it should change it. And the next thing I'm going to be changing is the color stops. The color stop is basically how dark the gradient will get to how light and colorful it will get. So I'm going to change this to position 65. So if I change this, you're going to see I've changed it to 65, and the darkness of the gradient has come lower. Now, the reason why I do this, guys, is to make the gradient a little bit less over the top, to make it a little bit more understated, but it's more noticeable. So people are going to know straight away that it's a gradient, but it's not going to be wow in your face. It's just going to be subtle enough to know the difference between a gradient and a solid color. So as soon as you've done that, guys, you want to go to where it says accent 1 gradient and do the exact same thing again. So as you guys can see here, I've chosen accent gradient 1. I'm going to be selecting the same one as I used before, recently used here. Change this again to 65. And then we're done. As soon as I've done that, guys, we're all ready to go. Now, as soon as you've added your colors and gradients, guys, you want to hit save. Now, I do believe that this can take a little bit of time because you will have to play with your gradients for it to look professional. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. You want the gradients to be understated and not over the top. And when I build the website later, you'll see the difference when I show you the gradients. So come back to the gradients later, guys, and make some adjustments because you won't really know which ones are right till we start adding the colors into the website. And that's what we're going to be doing now. So if we go back to where it says logo here above where it said colors, you want to select your logo. So as you guys can see, as soon as I open the image gallery, I have uploaded all my images, and here's my logo screenshot. So I'm just going to select this one. And as soon as you've selected it, guys, it should now show it here in the top left. Now, I'm going to make the desktop logo width 250. Now, the reason why I choose that number is because it's big enough to see the logo and it's not too big where it overtakes the website. So I feel like that's the perfect size. 250 is what I use all the time. So once you've added your logo, guys, the next thing that we need to do is go back to our section. So if you come here in the top left, you should see sections. Select that. As soon as you come to the announcement bar, you want to go to where it says welcome to our store, select that, and it should give you the options here. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change the color scheme. So the color scheme that we're going to change to is accent 1. So you can see here it says accent 1, 2, background 1, background 2, inverse. We're going to be choosing accent 1. So as soon as you change it to accent 1, you can see it's now changed it to that brand color that you've chosen. And if you've got a gradient, you should now start to see a little bit of your gradient show up into your site. And if you're not happy with the way your gradient looks, you can start to make some adjustments. Now, where it says text, guys, this is where I change it to say free shipping and 30% off, limited time only. Now, you don't have to do the exact same one, but I'd always recommend that you add free shipping in this, and you also add a discount, and you also let them know that it's a limited time only. So as you guys can see, I've added mine. It says free shipping and 30% off, limited time only, with an exclamation mark. I like this offer. I like the way it looks. And again, you don't have to do the exact same thing, guys. You can adjust it to the way you want it. But again, I always keep free shipping and a deal on just to create curiosity. You guys don't need to just copy what I've done. You can adjust yours slightly if you want to, but just make sure you've got an offer in there and some free shipping. So the next thing that you guys want to do as soon as you've done your announcement bar is you want to go all the way back down to where it says footer, and this is where you want to change the color scheme to accent 1. Now, the reason why you want to do that is because you should now be able to see your gradient really well. So the reason why I like to do this is because this is the biggest section of your website where you're going to be able to see the color of your gradient. So you're going to be able to work out now if you're happy with your gradient or if you're not happy with your gradient. Now, I'm really happy with the way my gradient looks. I think it looks really nice and professional, and it's just enough to be able to tell it's a gradient, and it's an understatement. But what I'm not happy with, though, is my announcement bar. My announcement bar doesn't even look like a gradient compared to this. So I'm going to go back to theme settings, colors, and I'm going to change it here. Now, to fix my gradient problem, I'm just going to choose a different gradient design. So I used to go with this one or this one. I'm now going to choose this one. Now, to fix my gradient color problem for my announcement bar here, because it just looks like a solid color, I'm just going to choose a different gradient design. That's all I need to do. Now, to fix my gradient color problem for my announcement bar, all I need to do is go back to colors, go to gradient 1, and just choose a different gradient and make the settings the same. So I used to go with this one or this one. I'm now going to choose this design here. Now, as soon as I've changed the design, you want to use the same color again, which you used before, and you want to use the same position size, which is 65. And as soon as you've done that, yours should now look better. So if we look at my gradient now, you can actually tell it's a gradient instead of a solid color, because you've got the gradient that goes into the dark color from the lighter color. So now I'm happy with that because it actually looks like a gradient and not a solid color. I can save it. So guys, the next section of building the store together is actually filling out the homepage, because now we've got our branding and our colors done and the format done. We need to actually start filling this information out. Now, before we can start filling out all this information and imagery, we need to start gathering information and imagery. And the best way to do that is to go back to AliExpress and search for your product name here, sort it by reviews or by orders, and just scroll down and look at all of the sellers with the most orders. You can see this one here's got 1,000, this one here's got 200, and I'm just going to basically open up all of the listings for the most popular sellers for my product. Make sure that you're choosing the ones that are the exact same. Now, the reason why we're doing this is to get information of the product imagery, so like imagery like this, also to get information of the product that we can then use to fill in our website. So we also need to be using this exact same strategy on Amazon. So head over to Amazon, search for your product name, and you want to use all of the sellers that have got the most reviews or that are Amazon choices or most recommended. But you want to look for the guys that have got the most orders, and you want to go through all of their listings. And the reason why we want to do this is by looking at their imagery. How can we use imagery that's similar? We're not saying we're going to copy this imagery. We're going to use it as inspiration later, and I'm going to be showing you how to do that. And then we're also going to be scrolling down to look at the about this item, because we can use all of this information later to help us fill out the website. And again, we're not copying, we're just using it to help us fill out our website later on. Now, what you also want to do is you want to head over to Google and type in the name of your product, filter it by shop shopping and go through all of these different shopping ads that are selling the same product as yours and go to their listings, basically go to their website. You also want to scroll down as well and go through all of these different websites that have got the exact same product as you. And the reason why you're doing this, guys, is because you want to find as many relative competitors that have got information on the product or imagery so we can use it as a reference. So for an example, this is one of the competitors that I found selling my product, and by going through their website, I can look at different strategies that they're using that I might want to implement into my website, whether it be the way they're doing their copywriting, whether it be the way they're trying to sell the product, and then I can counter them as well. So like the demonstration of how it cleans the water out. So these are different things that I can use as inspiration on my website. So now you guys should be in a position where you got lots of different information about your product opened up on Amazon, AliExpress, and other websites selling your product. Now, once you're in that position, go back to either one of those websites. And I'm going to use AliExpress to start with because I've got a Chrome extension called AliSave, and it will help me download all the imagery very fast. Now, the imagery that I'm after right now is just product imagery like this, where it's on a white background and it's just showing the product in action, or it's just showing you what the product looks like. And the reason why I'm after this type of imagery is because I want to have an image at the start of the website of just the product and then give you guys some description of how it works. So what I'm going to be doing now, guys, is I'm going to be downloading lots of different imagery off these AliExpress suppliers by using AliSave, and then I'll be showing you what I do with it. So what you guys want to do is head back over to Canva, click where it says create design, click import file, and as soon as you've imported the file of the imagery, select it. And as soon as you select it, what you want to do is you want to hit edit photo, and what I'm going to do on this photo is I'm actually going to cut the image out. So I'm going to go to where it says background remover, and I'm going to select it, and what it's going to do is it's going to cut all this background out for me. Once you've done that, you want to hit use design. Now the reason why I'm using an image like this is because I just want a clean image of my shower product, so when people come to the website straight away, they're going to see what the product actually looks like with a bit of information. So the first thing that I'm going to do, guys, is change the color of the background to make the photo pop. So I'm going to move the photo out of the way, select the background, choose the color, choose a gradient. So you can see here all the different gradients that I'm going to choose. I'm going to select this gradient here. Then I'm going to change the color of the gradient by going back to the editor, go to gradient colors. I'm going to change this to my brand color. So I'm going to make this one white because I just want it white. And then I'm going to make this one the actual color of my logo. So as you guys can see, I've chosen my brand color here as the first gradient. The second one's white, and then I've used this drop down fade gradient. And as soon as I've done that, guys, it looks a lot nicer. So I'm going to drag this image back into the frame, and then I can start making some adjustments. So the next thing that I'm going to do, guys, is select the image, go to edit photo, go to where it says FX effects, scroll over to where it says shadows, and I'm going to choose either drop or outline. Now I think drop looks the best because it gives it more of a 3D effect. As soon as I've done that, guys, I'm just going to leave it as it is. You can adjust the shadow if you want. I just want it to make it look like it's uplifted from the photo to give it a little bit of a 3D effect. Now as soon as you guys have done that, you want to then go over to elements and you want to add like a trust icon to the image. Now my product is basically an eco-friendly product. It's designed to help the environment. So I'm going to search for eco-friendly. So you guys can see I searched for eco-friendly, and I'm going to use one of these elements as like a little trust icon for my product. Now the one that I like the most is probably this one here. So I'm going to drag it and I'm going to place it just in between the product here. So I'm going to add it probably around about here. I'm happy with where it's now positioned, and I'm now going to change the color. So if I select it, you can see the color options. I'm going to make it like a dark gray because I think that would look the best. So now I've changed it to dark gray. This is now how the image looks, and I'm very happy with this. So I'm going to download it by clicking share, and then I'm going to click here where it says download, and always make sure you download it as a PNG, as that will retain the best quality. So now you downloaded that image, guys, go back to Shopify, select here where it says image with text, go to where it says image, click select image, and upload that image that we've just created, which is this one here, and then click done. And as soon as you've done that, your image should now show here, which is really nice. So now you've added the image, guys, you just want to make sure that the colors are matching the gradient on the website. And from what I'm looking at, this gradient background that I've just made in Canva matches the website really nicely. Now do bear in mind, guys, that I am doing this really quickly just to get the point across. Yours should be to the highest quality. Mine might not be the best quality just because of the video purposes. Now the next thing that we need to do is get rid of this here. So where it says content, you just want to delete this, and you just should be left with a title header here, and you should be left with a button. Now we are going to change the button to say shop now or buy now. So I've changed mine to shop now. We are going to change the button link a little bit later on, so we can come back to this later, but we do need to to select the header now, and we do need to fill this in. Now, what we're filling this in with is basically a short little 4-line paragraph explaining what the product is and getting straight to the point on what it's solving. Now, I will be changing the heading size to small as well. So I've just changed mine to say shower fresh with the trademark icon, purified water, more power, less water, buy now, introducing the new and revolutionary better for you, better for the planet, huge savings. So I'm talking about what the product is, what it does, and I'm also giving you a clear call to action. So this is what yours should be like. It shouldn't literally be like mine, but it should have the same intention of what you're trying to get across. Now, this is just my product name. So this is going to be the name of my product on my website. Shower fresh, copyright mark, purified water. That's not a product name. Then I'm talking about what it is and what it does, and that's it. Now, as soon as you guys have done that, just make sure you're hitting the save button in the top right, and make sure you look at the mobile version of your website, because your mobile version is actually more important than your desktop version, as that's where all the traffic will come from in terms of 90% and 10% desktop version. Now we can move into the next section, guys, and I actually forgot to tell you to add this section. So go back to where it says add section here and do multi-column. Now, once you've done multi-column, you actually want to drag this up underneath where you've just edited. So here where it says text with image, you're going to have it underneath. So it should show it just like this. Now, the first thing that you guys need to do is select the multi-column here, and it should give you the heading. Now, we are going to be using this heading, and we're going to be calling it our product name and what it does. So you can see I've just changed mine to say what's new in shower fresh, and then it says purified water question mark. So I'm basically going to be telling them what is in our product and what's new about it. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do is select these little icon columns, and it should give you editing formats for them. And what you want to do is you want to delete everything in it. So you just want to delete all this. So guys, once you've changed the header, what you also want to do is delete the button label. So by selecting here, scroll down to where it says button label and delete it. Now, the reason why is because we're going to replace these columns with images. So these columns won't exist. They'll actually be images instead. Now, the images that we're going to be using are like trust icons, but in terms of what the product does. So for example, I might have a savings or a piggy bank icon here saying that you're saving money with the product, because my product actually helps you save money. So I might have a money saving logo and say how much money you can save on a yearly basis or a monthly basis. And where I'm getting this information from, guys, is Amazon sellers are literally telling me that this actually helps you save money. So I'm getting the information off Amazon, I'm getting the information off AliExpress. So this is where I can pull that information from. So if you go back over to Canva again, guys, search for logo, click create blank logo. We're going to now create our trust icons or our symbolizing icons. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to talk about the money saving aspect of my product. Now, I've gone to elements, I've searched for savings, and I'm just going to go through all of these icons that represent you saving money. So this one, for example, represents saving money. So I might create this icon, make it bigger, and add it around about here. So I might add it like here, change the color to my brand color. And then as soon as I've changed it to my brand color, I also want to add text. So here on the left, you should see text. Go to where it says add subheading, drag this onto the timeline or to the Canva project. As soon as you drag this title to the project, you want to then enter the information on what this does. So for example, I'm going to be adding saves $200 in water costs every year. So that's the information that I found out on Amazon. So I'm going to add it here. So as you guys can see, I've added the text here, but before I download this font needs to match the font on the website. So if we go back to our Shopify store, we're going to go to theme settings, typography, and look at the font that's being used on our website. So the font that we're using is Assistant. So this is the same font that we need to use on here. So you can see I've changed the font to match my website. Now I'm actually going to make this font a little bit bigger because I feel like it's a little bit too small. I feel like that's the perfect size. Now I'm also going to be changing the color of some of the text that goes over the main principles. Now, as this is a really important part of the text because it's talking about the savings that you're making, and I'm also talking about the time period that you're going to be saving it in, I want to highlight these because this is what I want somebody to read, as that's really important. Now I also want to make this bold because it's important, so I'm going to change it to bold. And now as soon as I've done that, guys, I can download this as a PNG with a transparent background. So make sure you do transparent background. So I've come back to Shopify. I'm going to delete all the text here, but I'm going to go to where it says select image, and I'm going to import the image that I've just created on Canva, which is this one. Click done, and you should see now your image import here, and it looks really, really nice. Now, as soon as you've done that, guys, you can click save, and you've got two more to do, this one here and this one here. Now, you can add a fourth one if you want, but I just do 3, but 4 is also fine. So you guys need to create another 2 more of these symbols going over other key points of your product. So as you guys can see, I've just finished the other 2 symbols. This one is all shower showers are compatible in 2023, because as it's a shower head product, it might not fit onto your shower. So I've also let you know that it is compatible with all showers in 2023. And I've also gone over the water flow. So it increases the water flow, and I've given you like a speed dial to show the increase. So those are my 3 trust icon symbols going over key points of my product that are going to help increase conversion rates. Now, as soon as you fill those 3 in, click save. Now, before we move on to the next part of the website, we do need to adjust the mobile version of this. So if we scroll all the way down, it says number of columns on mobile. I'm going to change it to 1 and I'm going to change it to 2. And then here it says enable swipe on mobile. I'm going to select this. And then if I change it to mobile version, you should see the change. Now, with the changes that I've made it so instead of it going downwards, it goes sideways because it fits better on the mobile version. Another thing that I want to point out is if you're not happy with the spacing on the mobile version or the desktop version, just go to where it says section padding. And if you reduce this, it will reduce the gap in between this section and this section if you're personally not happy with it. So now your website should start to look like mine, guys, and we can move on to the next section, which is going to be the multi-row section. Now, the multi-row section is going to be going over other product benefits. There's going to be an image, the benefit, image, the benefit. Now, we do need to create some nice custom looking imagery with benefits to get the branding colors created and to also make it visually appeasing. Now, you don't need to add just images here. If you want to, you can add giffies of the product. So if you don't want to add images, you can add giffies. Giffies are like video images. So you've got the option of what you want to do. You can either add the giffy or the image. It's completely down to you which one you want to do. Now, the only downside of using giffies is they don't look as branded and they can sometimes look a little bit less professional because the quality of the gify. Now, I will be showing you how to do both versions, but the first version that I'm going to start off with is the image version. Now, to be able to get on with the first section, we need to go over what the first benefit is that I'm going to be covering. Now, after doing some research on Amazon again, by going to the description, you can see here it goes over easy to install, luxury design, what's included, perfect for your skin, ideal for low pressure. So it's talking about how if you've got low pressure water in your apartment or your house, this is ideal. So these are things I can use as key features. Now, after doing all of that research, guys, I'm pretty happy with coming up with a key point being water purifying and softening. So that's going to be the first topic that I go over. But the image that I use will have to show that benefit and how it's achieved. So what you guys want to do is go back over to Canva, type in product benefits, and all of these are perfect examples and templates that we're going to use. So what are these? These are showing the product mock-up and then explaining what benefits it has. So all of these here being shown are perfect. You can choose whichever one you want based on the style and the look that you guys like. So for example, I'm going to go with this template here. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do on this template is change the colors to match my brand. So I'm going to select the background, go to color, and type in my brand color. Then I'm going to be selecting these little patterns here, and I can change the color to white, or I might want to change it to a darker blue, or I might want to change it to a black. But for now, I'm going to change it to like a darker blue so it kind of fades in. And then I'm also going to do the same to the one at the bottom. And as soon as I've done that, guys, I'm very happy with the way it looks, and I can start adding information and a product mock-up. So the first thing that I need to do, guys, is upload an image of my product that is just a simple forward-facing image like this one. So if I go to uploads here, click upload file, I'm going to select the file that I just downloaded. So if I go here, I can select this one here, and you're going to see that it's a simple image of my product. You can see it's forward-facing, and it literally shows the product. So I'm going to select it, edit photo, background remover, and this should do its job, and we should be ready to go. So you can see it's done it perfectly. So now I can move this to the side, delete the old design, and move my design into the middle. Now, I'm going to want to give my product a little bit of a 3D effect, so I'm going to select it, click edit photo, go to where it says effects, go to where it says shadows, go to where it says drop, and you can see it's giving it that little bit of a 3D effect, which I like. So now I've done that, guys, I can start adjusting each one of these. So I can talk about the filtering system, I can talk about the 3 different mechanisms that you can choose from. So by doing this, though, I will need to go back to those websites and find out the information to fill this in with. So just to save time, guys, I have completed creating 3 different images for this section. So I'm just going to select this one. I'm going to go back to images, and then I'm going to upload the first one. So I'm going to upload this image, and this one here you can see shows the product benefits. It goes over the 3 different mechanisms of the product. Now, what I'm also going to want to do is change the size of this. Now, what you need to do is you need to select the actual background, not the multi-row, the actual background, and go to where it says image height and change it to large. So what you guys need to do is, because it might cut off some of your image, you can see here it's cutting off the bottom and the top. top, select the back section here, not this section, the back section, and change where it says image height to adapt by image. And you're going to be able to see now it's actually changed it so it fits the full image. Then once you've done that, guys, you want to actually select this row, and now you can start changing where it says caption, row, and description. Now where it says caption, I will be deleting this, and I will just be using a header and the text section. So these are the only two sections that I'm going to be going over. So where it says heading, I'm going to be adding the key point, and then where it says text, I'm basically going to enhance and go over that in much detail. So if I'm going over water purifying, I'm going to explain how it purifies the water. So you guys can see I've just filled in this one here, and it says water purifying and softening. Our new shower fresh mineral stones can be softened, water and filter out toxins including chlorine, hard water toxins dry out your hair and skin, and then it goes over the rest. So again, I've just elaborated on what this does. And then where it says button label, you just want to change this to say shop now. Then once you've done this one, guys, you just want to finish off the other two. So as you guys can see, after around about 20 minutes, guys, I've just finished off the other two images and descriptions. So you can see here, this one goes over mineral stool filtration, then it goes over what's inside of the filter to clean it out. Then this one goes over the 3-digit button, so you can change 3 different modes and how it works and what the filter does. And then it goes into detail on how the button works and the different modes and the reasons why you want to use it. And you can see the imagery is all very similar. The color tones, the way it goes over what the product imagery does. And if we look at the imagery that I've used here, guys, it's just product imagery mock-ups. So basically a cutout of the product and then me using product details going over it. So it's not lifestyle photos. It's literally just information of the product, and it looks really nice and professional because the colors are matching my website. So it all looks really, really nice. Now I did promise that I'd show you guys how to use the Giphy version as well. So if you don't want to use images and use Giphies, then I'll show you how to do it now. But the text here will remain the same. The only thing you're changing is the image to a Giphy. So the first thing you need to do is go over to TikTok, search for your product, and find different videos of people using your product that you think are really good. So this one here could be a good video for me. Then what I want to do is I want to download this video by selecting it. And then once you select the video, you can click right click and download video. Now, once you've downloaded the video, you can come to this website here called Easy GIF. I'll leave it in the cheat sheet in the description. You can upload the file here, click create to Giphy, and then it'll convert that into a Giphy for you. The only thing you need to do is just change the size to 1:1 square format, and then the rest is done. Then once you've changed the size to 1:1, you can click download and you can download the Giphy, come back to your store and upload it here. So guys, the next section we're on is featuring the main product. Now we need to import the product to our website. So go back to your Shopify interface and go to where it says apps. And then you want to download an app called AutoDS. And how you do that is by going to apps and sales channel settings, and you can install it. Now, the next section that we need to do, guys, is add our main featured product here. And to do that, we need to import our product into our Shopify store. So what you need to do is go back to your Shopify interface dashboard on the home screen, go to apps, and then you need to download AutoDS all-in-one dropshipping app. So once you've created an account with AutoDS and you've synchronized your store, it should say your store name here. You want to go to where it says add products and then click add products, and it should give you the option to add the URL. So what I'm going to do is go to my main product, click copy, go back to AutoDS, paste it here, click add as a draft, and then it's going to import it through drafts. If you go over to drafts, you should now see your product show up here once it's been imported. So once you come to the draft page, you should see here the product being created as a draft. You click view details and it will show you the progress of getting the product imported. Now, whilst I wait for that to import to my store, it should take around about 30 seconds. The reason why I use AutoDS is because I find it's the best app when it comes to integrating loads of different suppliers like CJ Dropshipping, all the other ones I recommend into one place. Then if you go over to where it says products, your product should now show here as an imported product. And this is where you can actually edit your product, and you can do bulk edits as well. So if you don't want to edit it through Shopify, you can edit it through here on AutoDS. You've got the option. Now, the reason why I choose AutoDS out of all the other apps and why I love them so much is because if you go over to settings, go here to where it says supplier settings, change it to orders, you can turn on automatic orders. So this basically means that AutoDS's software will automatically fulfill all your orders without clicking a button. And this is by far what separates AutoDS from everyone else. And not just that, but they have loads of other cool features here as well, like automations on your product based on pricing, templates, keywords. You've got also here marketplace, you have products. They have loads of other cool features like automations based on pricing structure, structures, templates, keywords. You've also got here their marketplace. Their dashboard's amazing as well. So that's why I love AutoDS the most. Now, if you don't want to use AutoDS, you can use an alternative. It's up to you. But I'm just using AutoDS because I've been using them now for the past year and a half. And as long as you're using an app that will integrate from AliExpress or your supplier into your Shopify store, then it's completely fine. But my choice of app is going to be AutoDS, and there will be an exclusive link in the description so you can get a free trial and you can get a discount. So once you've done that, guys, if you go back to your Shopify home dashboard, go to products, your product should now show here. Now, if you open up the product information panel so you can see all this information, we're going to come back to this a little bit later on. You just want to make sure that the status says active. As long as it says active, we can move on by going back to the editor, click in here where it says featured product, click select product, and you want to select the product that you've just imported and click select. So the only adjustments we're going to make to this section right now is just hiding a few options. So you want to go to where it says featured product, you want to hide this text here, and you want to hit variant picker, and you also want to hide that. And then once we've edited the product page here, it will update it on here automatically. So we'll come back to this later on. So guys, the next section is going to be the collapsible content. Now we're going to make this section the why choose us. So this is why we're going to try and convince people to buy with us than anyone else. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is select it, go to where it says heading, and you want to change it to say why choose us. Now I also make the title bold by highlighting it and selecting bold, as it is an important part of the page. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to scroll down to where it says color scheme and change it to accent 1, and it should make it the gradient color on your website. Now, once you've done that, you actually want to select each drop-down menu. Now, I'm going to give you a few drop-down menus that you can use, but you also want to make a few on your own. So the first one's going to be our money back guarantee. You should always have a money back guarantee on your website. Now, where it says our money back guarantee, I've added the raw content in, and it says try the new shower fresh purified water risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, we will simply give you a full refund. Now, I will be putting this template in the cheat sheet so you can copy and paste it, but I would recommend that you adjust it to whatever you feel happy with. Now, I've put a 24-month warranty. You don't have to. If you're selling electronical products, it does need to be a year, but if you're not, you can do 6 months, 3 months. It's up to you. But this is just a template that you can use, but you do need to slightly adjust it to fit your product. Now, the next one is going to be our customer support. So you want to change the title to that. And then the icon is going to be a chat ball to symbolize that's what it's about. And then in the raw content, again, I'll give you this template. It just says contact us with any questions or comments by filling out the form below. All emails will be answered within 24 hours. Alternatively, you can reach out to us and then the email on your website. Now, on this section, you do need to select the page, and the page is going to be the contact us page. So you're going to come back to this later on. Or if you don't want to do that, you can get rid of this section and just keep all emails. So for example, I can get rid of this and just change it to this. Then that way there's no form that they need to be informed about. It's just them saying that you get back to them in 24 hours through email. Now the next one I've chose is eco-friendly because technically my product is in that niche. So I've changed it to eco-friendly as that's something that people really do care about today. And I've changed the icon to leaf. Now you don't have to have yours as eco-friendly. Just pick out the main point or one of the biggest selling points and change it to that title. Then where it says raw content, I'll talk about how the product is a eco-friendly product, talking about the plastic and how it's recycled and the materials used are all recyclable. So you can see I've written it there. Now again, you can copy this if you want and change it as long as it is literal and it does make sense and your product is eco-friendly. Then the next one that I use is over 1,000 happy customers to build trust, and I use the star as the symbol, and you can see I've written enjoying over 1,000 happy customers. Check out our reviews on the product page. So I'm going to be using an app to import the reviews to the product page. So I'm basically telling them to go there to increase the conversion rate and to build the trust. Now you guys can add more if you want, and if you do want to add more, all you need to do is under where it says collapsible content, add collapsible row, and it will add more rows to it. But I only have 4 for now, but like I said, guys, it's completely up to you if you want to add more. Now the next section, guys, is the video section, and this is where we're going to be uploading a video through YouTube as an unlisted video or through Vimeo as an unlisted video, and we're basically going to use a video online and add our logo to it and basically change it slightly and use it as an unboxing and review video. They're the ones that work the best. So basically a video where it shows the product unboxing and it shows somebody using it. Now the first thing that we need to do is create a thumbnail that's going to grab attention. But before we do that, you want to go up here to where it says heading and get rid of video, because all the information is going to be on the thumbnail, which we'll be uploading in a minute. So if you go back over to Canva and type in thumbnail, it's better to try and do filters or categories on this to find the better ones. But you can see loads of thumbnails popping up. Now a thumbnail is the image that plays before the video, and this is to grab attention. So what you want to do is go through all these thumbnails and maybe filter it down to find the best ones. Now there's a really good one coming up now. So you can see this one here says product review, and it shows an image of a headphone and it says product review. So this is one that I might want to use. Now before I start using this thumbnail, I need to change the colors to match the branding. So I'm going to go over here where the colors don't match and change it to the brand. So as you guys can see, I've just changed the colors to start matching the brand. So I've made this a gradient of the brand. These are the colors of the brand. Now I just need to replace this image with our product image. So I'm going to drag this back over here. I'm going to click edit photo, background remover. And as soon as it removes the background, you can see it there. So I'm going to remove this and then replace it with this. Now you guys can make it look a lot more fancier than I have. This is just quickly me showing you what you should really be doing as a product thumbnail. Now I'm also going to edit the photo and give it a bit of a shadow to help it pop out. So this is one of the thumbnails that I've just created, guys. Like I just said, it's a very quick thumbnail. You can make yours look a lot more nicer than mine, but the key is to have product review written on it and to also demonstrate the product so they know you are talking about the product in the website. So once you've done that, guys, come back to Shopify, go back to the editor, scroll down to where it says video cover, select image and select your thumbnail. So as you guys can see, I've uploaded my thumbnail, and yes, it is different to the one that I showed you that I made because I found a better version and a one that I could add my logo to it. I could add a customer's name to it to make them think that they're watching a video about the customer, and it says watch now on it. So I prefer this thumbnail and I've gone for this one, but you get the idea. You just need to be uploading your thumbnail to this section. So once you've done that, guys, you want to head over to YouTube and type in the name of your product. And I want to go through all the searches and I want to try and find a video where it goes over the review and the unboxing. So I literally just want to find a very simple 3 to 5 minute video of them demonstrating the product, maybe reviewing the product. And I basically want to download it using a YouTube video downloader. Then I want to upload it into a video editor like InVideo. And I just want to put my logo in the video or a watermark saying my domain name. And then I want to upload it to a YouTube account and make it an unlisted video, or upload it to a Vimeo account and get a link. Now, I'm not going to show you guys how to do that because it is so easy. You just need to download the video, edit it by putting a logo on it, change anything that you feel like needs changing, then download it, then re-upload it to YouTube or Vimeo. Then once you guys have done that, you need to go here to where it says URL and just paste the unlisted link or the actual shareable link from Vimeo. Then once you've done that, guys, you want to scroll down to where it says featured products, and you want to quickly change the heading, and you want to change it from featured products to shop our other home essentials. Now, you don't have to word it literally just like that. You can change it. It's up to you, but this is the one that I like to use. And then I'm going to change it from heading size small to medium and see which one I like the most. I think medium looks the nicest, so I'm going to keep it like that. Now, to be able to fully do this section, we need to add another 2 to 3 other dropshipping products to our Shopify store. Now, the reason why we're adding some other products to our store is because we want to try and find similar products in the same niche or very similar that we can add as an upsell. Or if the product fails, let's say, for example, this shower head isn't a successful product, we can quickly change the product to another product and test that on Facebook ads, Google ads, or what other ad platform. So what I'm going to do to find some other really good products that I can add to my store in the same niche is I'm going to go back to Peakster, go to Winners, and I found this ultrasonic washing machine. It's a portable one that you can take on the go. This matches my niche. This matches my audience. So I'm going to have that added to my store as well. Now, to make life easier, I can sort this by niches and change it to home improvement, because any home improvement product is actually the same niche that I'm selling in. Now, this is another product that I found through Peakster that matches my niche. So now I've got 3 products. So I'm going to add these URLs back onto AutoDS by going to import products. And then you can see here, I'm going to publish this product to my store. Now, whilst I'm waiting for those 2 other products to get imported through AutoDS to my Shopify store, I'm going to go back to Shopify, go to the product section, go to collection, and you're going to see where it says home collection. I'm going to change this to say our collection. Now, once you've changed it saying our collection, you want to hit save. And once those other products have loaded into your Shopify store, so you can see here, the other one's now loaded in, I'm going to go back to that page and I'm going to go to where it says collections, and I'm going to add it to where it says our collection and hit save. And you also want to do that on the other products. So this is the 3rd product. I'm going to scroll down to where it says collections, our collections, and hit save. Now, once you've done that, guys, you want to go back to your Shopify editor, and you should now see those products loaded into this section. And what you want to do, guys, is you want to select the block and scroll down to where it says numbers of products per row. Then once the products are showing, you want to select the block and go to where it says maximum products to show. Now, depending on how many products you've imported will depend on what you change it to. Now, because I've only imported 3 products, I'm going to change this to 3. And there's a reason why, because it will change the size so it fits the website better. So where it says number of columns per desktop, I'm changing this to 3. And you can now see that it's filled it out perfectly so it fits the store nicely. Then once you've done that, guys, make sure you hit save. Now, don't worry about how the imagery looks and how the title looks. We're not going to be fixing this through the Shopify theme editor. We're going to be fixing this through the product editor. Now, do bear in mind that I'm only going to be showing you how to do this with one product, so you should just adapt those knowledge and skills to the other ones you've added. Now, once you've done that, guys, you want to move back to the footer section, and this is where you want to start to add information. So the first thing that you're going to edit on the footer section is your image, and you're going to convert it into the logo. So you want to hit image, select image, and you want to upload your logo. Now, when you upload your logo, make sure that you go back to Canva and you change the background color from white to the color of your actual brand color, so that when you import it like this, it's actually going to match the color. Because remember, you created the logo for the white background. You now need to create the logo for the actual blue background or whatever color background yours is on. Now, I changed my image width to 250, so that fits really nicely. Then the next thing that you want to edit is the heading. So if you go over to heading, get rid of the heading title, and you want to go to where it says subtext, and this is where you want to fill in a bit about your mission statement. So you can see here, I've put our mission is to make a difference. That's why we created products that are good for you, good for others, and good for the planet. Our innovative products instantly improve the way you shower. So you can see here, I'm not talking about a specific product, I'm talking about what we offer. So I've made this size H3, and I've also made it so it's a little bit of a slanted text. Now you can change it to however you want. It's just a small little mission statement to talk about what mission your brand is on to help the consumer. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you actually want to select the footer, and then it will give you the option to change what it says on the subscribe to email. So I changed it to actually saying subscribe to our emails to receive the latest offers and deals and updates, as I feel like that looks a lot better. Now, if you want to make any other adjustments, you can come through all of these little settings here on the right and adjust to however you want them, but this is how I keep mine. Now, we will be coming back later to the footer, which is going to be quick links, and we're going to be adding our footer links here once we create them later on. So I can officially say that we've done around about 90% of the homepage, and now we can move on to the product page. But before we do so, let's just have a quick look at how it's starting to look, and it's starting to look really nice and professional. Don't worry about this yet. We're going to move on to this later, but the actual format itself is looking really, really nice. You also want to change it to mobile version, guys, and make sure it's looking good on mobile version. So scroll down, look at it on mobile version. I've already spotted an issue. This is an issue, so I'm going to select it. Scroll down and see where it says mobile version, and you can see here mobile layout, number of columns, I'm changing it to 1, and then where it says enable swipe on mobile, I'm going to enable that. And now you can see that it makes it look a lot more nicer, and instead of scrolling down, you're scrolling across, so it fits the website a lot better. And that's why it's so important to go through mobile version and desktop version separately, so everything looks good. So the next thing that I need you guys to do is to go back to the shop now buttons on the home page, and make sure you put the button links of products and the main product that you're selling. So the main product that I'm selling is the shower head, so I've selected the shower head, and then once you've done that, the button should now fill into the color, and once it's filled in the color, you want to select the button and it will take you to the product page. And now we can start making adjustments to our product page. So what I need you guys to do is go back to the Shopify dashboard homepage, go to products, select the main product, which is the shower head, and now we're going to want to start to make adjustments in this section. Now, the first thing that we need to adjust is the title and the description. So I've changed the title of my product to Shower Fresh, copyright mark, purified water. Something short and sweet, but it sounds really impressive, and it sounds better than what the product actually is to give it that branded, unique feel. Now, when it comes to description, I actually delete everything in the description box and I leave it empty because I add it as a section on the website instead of having it here. And this will make sense later on when I show you the product page layout. Now, where it says media, you only want imagery where it demonstrates the product in action. So for example, this image, and let's say, for example, this image. But you want to make sure that the imagery is congruent, meaning that it looks the same and it doesn't look like it's from two different places. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this image, I'm going to delete this image, and I'm going to delete this image, and I'm going to delete this image, I'm going to delete this image. And I'm probably going to delete this image as it's got a black background and it doesn't match these ones unless I change the color of the background. Now you want to make sure that there's around about 3 to 5 images, including the main image. Now the main image is going to be something special because we're going to make it look like it's actually in a branded box. So we're going to actually create a custom main image in a minute because we do want it to make it look like it's in a custom package. Now before we actually do that, guys, let's scroll down to where it says variants. Now if your product does have variants, make sure you look at the variant name and make sure you're happy with the name of the variant. If you don't need a certain variant, now I don't want the blue variant because I don't think it's needed, so I'm going to delete it by selecting it. Go into where it says here, the 3 dots, and click delete variant. Now, I'm only doing this because I don't believe I need that variant. I only need the white one, and it makes life easier, so that's why I'm doing it. And whilst you're here, you want to be changing the price of your product, and you want to make sure that you're making a 3.5x on your product cost and shipping, and you want to be making sure you make a minimum of $20. So this price here is the price that I'm buying it for, so I need to times this by 3.5, or I need to make an extra $20 on top. So to edit the price, all we need to do is click edit, and then it's going to open up a page and you're going to have the price and the comparison price. So a 3.5x or $20 profit, I'm going to be selling this for $39.99 or $49.99. Now the comparison price, I want to make out like they're saving $20 to $30. Now this will really depend on the price of your product, but for now, I'm going to set this at $59.99. Now once you've done that, guys, just hit save. And the last thing that we need to quickly do is the SEO listing. So click edit. And once you click edit, you're going to see here the URL handle, and it's going to be a massive URL handle. You want to simplify this down to the name of the product. So you want to scroll back up and you just want to call it this. You want to copy this, scroll all the way down, leave one letter, because if you don't leave one letter, it won't work. Paste what you're going to paste, get rid of that. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put hyphens in between each word as it's a domain name. So you're not allowed spaces. And as soon as you've done that, you can go right to the start and delete the first character. And now it's going to be this instead of the old horrible long URL. So now what we need to do, guys, is make a main media image. So this is going to be the first image that's shown on the product page. So this image here is the main one, and we need to create a custom image with branding. So how to do this is you need to go to a website called placeit.net. Now I will leave a link in the description. Using my link will get you a discount. Now I have a monthly subscription with this because it gives you unlimited downloads. And what you want to do is go to the search bar and type in packaging, and you want to find the packaging that makes the most sense for your product to be in. So if, let's say hypothetically, your product was to be shipped out, which packaging would be the most ideal one for it to be shipped in? Now, if you don't know, go to Amazon and have a look at what packaging the Amazon sellers are being sold in. So you can see this here is either real packaging or they're using the trick that I'm showing you. Now, this packaging looks quite small. So if I go back to place it, this one here would work. This one here would also work. So these type of long rectangular packaging would work. Now, the reason why we're doing that is because we actually want to create an image like this where it shows the product and then the packaging. So we're basically just making our version of this with our brand colors and our actual product. So once you find the packaging that you're happy with, all you want to do is select it. And then what you want to do is go to where it says background, change it to transparent. And then you're going to see here the dimension size of the image that needs to be uploaded. Now, you're going to be uploading 3 different images. And the reason why is because you've got 3 images, 1, 2, 3. Now, if you also hover over these insert images, it also gives you the aspect ratio. So if you come back over to Canva, click create design, click custom size, you can add those custom sizes from Placeit into Canva and then start to create a design for each section of the packaging. So you can see here I've created a design which is 600 by 1400 px. So this is the perfect size to fit on the front of this packaging. Now we can look at some Amazon sellers to try and get some inspiration to how we want to create ours. So if you go to Amazon and have a look at all the designs that they're using, we just want to do something similar to ours, but just with our colors and our style. Now the first thing that I might want to do is add my logo on the front. I also might want to add some patterns or some shapes to give it some contour. So if I go over to where it says elements, I can grab this little square, I can drop it on, and then I can add some form of element to it. So by, let's say, for example, rotating it this way, changing the size, I could have it like this or like this. That way it adds some contour. So you can do it this way or this way and then add some information. So guys, I've just created this and I know it looks absolutely terrible, but it's just to try and show you how it works. So your design should look way better than mine. I've just done this in like 2 seconds. So what you want to do is you want to hit share, you want to hit download, you want to do it as transparent background, or you want to do it as a PNG. So you want to hit share and you want to hit download. Make sure that the PNG is suggested and hit download. Then once you've done that, you want to insert your images. You want to hit insert, you want to hit upload from device, you want to hit downloads, and you want to add the one that you've just created. So this is the design I created, hit crop, and then it should show it on the front of the box. So as you guys can see, my logo and the design is on the front of the box. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. This looks terrible. Yours should look amazing. I've just done this in a few seconds. Now, once you've uploaded all of the designs, the front, the back, and the side, you want to hit download. Now, you've got two options. You can either go on the monthly plan or you can pay per image. Now, I've got the monthly option because it just makes more sense. So you can see mine's downloaded and you can click save. Then once you've downloaded the package mockup, you want to go to Canva again, type in logo, click create blank logo, and you're going to use this aspect ratio to create the main image. So now I want to hit uploads. I want to click upload file, and then I want to download that mockup that I've just made. Now the mockup should be added. I'm going to make it really big, and I want the mockup to fit probably, I'd say 80% of the actual height to width. So I'm going to add the mockup there. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm actually going to hit edit photo. By adding the drop shadow, it's going to make it look like it's sticking out to give it a little bit more depth. And then once I've done that, guys, I can then add another image, but this time of my product in action. So I've just added this image here to add on top of the mockup to give it a real nice depth of field. So I'm going to flip this horizontally to face this way. And then I'm also going to cut the background out because I just want it to show the shower and the little beads. So it's done a perfect job of cutting the background out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit crop, and I'm just going to crop this section out. So as you guys can see, I've just finished that off. I've got the packaging, and then I've got an image of the product and what comes inside of the product. Now, again, mine looks terrible, guys. This took me literally like 10 minutes, but yours should look really, really good. Now, what I am going to do for you guys is I am actually going to create a really nice one, and when I upload it to Shopify, you will be seeing the nicer version. So once you've designed it, guys, make sure you download it in PNG format. So once you've downloaded your product mockup, you want to come back to the Shopify product editor, click add image here, and you want to upload that image of the mockup you've just created, and you want to make it the main image. And then what you want to do is you want to come to the variant, you want to select the image variant, and you want to select that image in the main one, and they should both match. Once they both match, you want to hit save. So if you come back to the Shopify theme editor and you're on the product page section, you should see now your image is showing that really nice product mockup image. And you can see this one here is a really nice version. So I didn't use a really sped up version. This is the old version. This is the new version. After you spend a bit of time, you can start to make these look really, really nice. So if you come back to the Shopify product editor, you want to upload the rest of the images, because remember, you need 5 images in total of the product. Now, I was able to get these really nice looking images off my AliExpress supplier. Now, the only changes I'd make to these images is I'd edit the color. So this turquoise color, I'd change it to my color in the image. So I'd actually go into Canva or Photoshop and change the color, because the actual design is really nice. Now, if you're not able to do that, then you'll have to make custom images in Canva by using mockups again. So you can see here, these are the 5 images that I'm going to choose. So guys, you should now see 5 images. The main image with the nice packaging and the branding, which really sets you apart from 90% of dropshippers. And then you should see 4 other images going over the benefits of the product. But because I'm trying to save time in this video, what you should have done is you should have either photoshopped the color to match the color on here, or you should have made them from scratch so they do match the color. But again, just to save time, guys, I'm not going to do it now, but this should now match the color of this. That way it will look super branded and super professional. Now, the next thing that we need to do is add the sections to the product page. So if you go to the left hand side, you're going to see template and product information. This is where we're going to add some sections. So you see here where it says add section, it's the same as the home page. We're going to start to add some custom parts. So the first thing that we need to do is we actually need to hide a few things. So we're going to hide the share. We're also going to hide description. We're also going to hide text here at the top. And we're also going to hide variant picker. So these are the only options that we should have at the moment on the product information. Now, the next thing that we need to do is add a block. So the first block that we're going to add, guys, is a collapse row. So you see here where it says collapse row, we're going to add some of these. Now, the amount of collapse rows that we need to add is around about 4. So you want to add 4 of these. So go again, collapse row, again, collapse row, and one more time, collapse row. So you should see now 4 collapse rows underneath the buy now button. Now, where it says related products here, you want to select it. You want to hit the 3 dots in the top right and you want to hit hide. Now, the next section we're going to add is image with text. So you see here where it says image with text, we're going to add that and we're going to have it right underneath the collapse rows. Then the next thing that we're going to add is going to be a multi-row. So if we go back to add section, we're going to add multi-row, and that's also going to be below the image with text. So the next section that we're going to add, guys, is the collapsible row. So go back to add section, and then you want to go to show more, and you're going to go to collapsible content. And that's going to be underneath where it says multi-row. Then the next section that we need to add is the video. So you're going to add video, and that again should be underneath the collapsible content. These should all be in order. Now, the last section that you guys need to add is featured collection. And once you've added that, it should look like this. Now, those are all the sections that we need to add to the product page. We will be adding an app in a minute, but we'll do that at the end. So the first thing that we need to do, guys, is under product information, we need to add a short description that's going to grab attention. So if you go to add block, hit text, and you want to put this block underneath the buy now button. So it should just be here. Then once you click that, you want to go to where it says text, and this is where you want to enter a short description of the product. Now, in my case, I'm going to go to Peakster, and I'm just going to use the one on Peakster, as this is a custom made one. So I'm just going to take the first 2 lines here and I'm just going to paste it here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slightly adjust what's in here. So where it says experience with the shower head, I'm going to change this to the brand name so it comes across more professional. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a slight adjustment to this by going into the description, and where it says shower head, I'm going to replace this with my actual product name to make it look more professional. So you can see here now with our shower fresh copyright product water. So in the text section, the only adjustment that I've made is I've replaced where it said shower head, and I've replaced it to say my actual product name, as it comes across more professional and more branded. Now, what I also want to do is I actually want to make this text bold. So I've highlighted it and I've made it bold, as that is also going to stand out and look professional. Now, once we've done that, guys, we're going to be moving on to the collapse row. So if you select the first collapse row on the left, we're going to start filling these out. Now, the first one that I'm going to fill out is going to be full description. Now, I've added a mini description here, and that's just to get curiosity and to give them a quick insight, but not everyone wants to read a long description. So if you have a long description on your page, it's going to bore people. So we're going to add the full description in here. So you can see I've changed it to say full description. The icon is a star. I'm going to go back to Peakster, and I'm literally just going to copy and paste the rest of the description and place it in here. And as you guys can see, if we click the drop down menu, it's going to give them the full description of the product. Now, if you don't have access to Peakster and you can't just copy and paste it, then what you can do is you can go onto other Amazon sellers, other AliExpress sellers, see what they've got, and you can reword it and adjust it slightly to make more sense or to sound better. Now, the next collapsible row is going to be get a free book about skincare. Now, yours might say get a free book about cooking recipes. So whatever your product is correlated with, you're going to add it here in terms of what you're giving away. So the next icon I've used for this collapse tab is a heart to show that I'm giving them something. So you can see here in the description, it says with every order, you will receive an ebook straight away about skincare routines. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because it helps increase the offer that I'm giving them. If I give away a free ebook, it's going to help enhance the conversion rate because they're getting something for free on top of what they're buying. Now, for those that are asking, where will you get an ebook from to give them? You can go to this website here called plr.me, and you can search for what your niche is. So for example, I might want to type in skin, and you can see it's coming up with loads of different PLR books about skincare, skin hygiene, skin routines. And what PLR basically means is I can buy this ebook for like $3 and rebrand it as it's my own. And then what I can do is every time somebody orders, I can send them a link with the ebook in it. So you can go to your order confirmation email on Shopify and adjust it with the link to the ebook. That way, when people come to your website, they're going to have a bigger option and a bigger reason to want to buy from you because you're giving them something for free. And if your delivery times are a little bit long, then this is going to help digest that problem because they're going to receive something straight away. Now, the next collapsible row should be your money back guarantee. So the money back guarantee that we created on the homepage is going to be the same one on here. Then the last collapse row that I've created is eco-friendly. eco-friendly, and this just goes over how my product's an eco-friendly product. Now, the reason why I'm adding these again on the product page, because these two are the same ones from the homepage, is because some people might not even see my homepage. Because if I'm running paid ads, they're going to come directly to my product page, so they wouldn't have seen it on the homepage. So that's why I'm duplicating it here. Now, once you've done that, guys, you just want to hit save. Then once you've done that, guys, you just want to click the outside of the page, and it should give you these drop-down menus and options under product information. Now, the first thing that we want to do is the desktop media outlet. So you can go to here, original, fill. We're going to leave this on original. Then we want to go to where it says stacked, and we want to do thumbnail carousel. Now, the reason why we're using thumbnail carousel is because you can see now it looks a lot more tidier and cleaner on the desktop version, and it looks a lot more professional. Now, I'd also recommend that you change this to mobile version and have a look at how it currently looks on mobile version. You can see here, mobile layout, hide thumbnails, show thumbnails, 2 columns. So I'm going to click show thumbnails. So that's the way I want it to look on the mobile version. So guys, the next thing that we need to do is we need to fill out the image with text section. Now, what we're going to be adding here is a verse image. So what separates you from the other product on the market? Now, these work really well for conversion rates because you're telling somebody why your product is better than the other product that's basically the same or very similar. So what you guys need to do to be able to do this is you need to go to the search bar and you need to type in verse. Now, to be able to do this, guys, you just need to head over to Canva and type in verse, as in like verses, and scroll down, and you're going to see loads of these images coming up, basically comparing one product to another. Now, remember, you're comparing the alternative to yours. So I'm going to use this template here because I really like it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by changing the brand color. So I'm going to change this to the brand color, which is this turquoisey color. And then I'm also going to change this here to like a dark gray. And then once I've done that, I'm going to replace the images with the old and then with mine. So what you guys need to do is upload the image of your product, a very basic looking one like this, just to show what it is, and then upload what they've currently got. So this is like a basic shower, showing that how bad the water pressure is, showing that it's a really slow, poor shower pressure. And then you want to cut the background out on this and then replace this image with this one here. Obviously, you would cut out the background, and then you want to go over what makes yours better. And what I might want to do is I might want to change the name here to say shower fresh, and then change the name here to say regular shower head. And then I want to list out what makes mine amazing, what makes theirs really bad, and why they should buy mine. So as you guys can see, I've just uploaded the verse image showing what they've got now and why they should buy mine. It's got this really nice gradient background to match the gradient on the website. And I've also filled in the text here. So I've put up to 2x increased water flow, and then I've explained the reason why it's got 2x increased water flow, because I'm showing what the issue is on the photo. The clear issue is the water pressure here, and then here there's no issue. And what I've also done is I've changed the image to be second round, and then what I've also done is I've added the text, and I've also added the header. Now you guys need to do this to match the image that you've uploaded. Now the next section that you guys need to do is the multi-row, and I've got some good news for you because you don't need to just add anything unique here. You can just repurpose what you did on the homepage. So if we go to the homepage, you can literally just re-upload this, but do it to the product page. The only thing that I would change is the order that you do it in. So maybe have this section at the bottom, this section at the top, and leave this in the middle. So you're just reorganizing it, but you're just putting it here on the product page. So once you guys have filled out the multi-row section, you want to scroll down and get onto the multi-column section. Now I didn't get you guys to add this, so just go to add section, go to multi-column, and add it underneath the multi-row section, and it should look like this. Now what you're going to be doing here is clicking it, going to where it says heading, and you're going to want to write your product name and what makes it unique. So I've put what makes shower fresh purified water unique, and then you're going to add 3 reasons or 3 benefits to make it unique. Now you also want to get rid of the button label because you don't need it. So you just want to go to button label and hit delete, and it should just look like this. So you can see I've changed this one to say 3 position shower head, and it talks about the 3 different modes you can change the shower to and the benefits of them. Then the next one could be something like easy to install, and then the other one could be like water saving technology and emphasizing on that. Now I will fill these 2 in later on once I complete the website, but let's move on to the collapsed content section. Now this collapsed content section is going to be your frequently asked questions section of your website. Now this is really important to have because people are going to have questions and you do need to answer them. So where it says heading, change it to say frequently asked questions, and then where it says color scheme, you're going to want to change this to accent 1 because you want it to be your color gradient. Now here where it says frequently asked questions, you're going to have loads of different collapse rows. Now you want between 4 and 8, but for now to save time, I'm only going to be adding 3. Now where you can find your frequently asked questions is on Amazon. Now if you go to the product listing on Amazon with the most reviews, you can see this one here has got 20,000. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom and keep scrolling, you're going to see here customer questions and answers. Now, you might have to go on like 4 or 5 different Amazon links or listings, and you just want to go over the ones that makes the most sense. So for example, it says, does it remove chlorine? So you can see this potential customer asked, does it remove chlorine? And they say, yes, it does remove chlorine. So although the way they've worded it is a little bit more long-winded, we can simplify it. So we can go back to our Shopify store and we can change the first one to say, does it remove chlorine? And then the answer could be, yes, it does remove chlorine, or yes, it does remove partial parts of chlorine. So as you guys can see, the first one has a question mark as the symbol. Does it remove chlorine from the water? Icon question mark. Raw content, yes, shower fresh, purified water does remove most of the chlorine. I'm not saying 100% because there's no guarantees. Then the next one could be, when should we change the filter beads? Because this product has filter beads. When do they need changing? And then the next one could be, does it help with hard water? So I could fill those in. And again, I will fill these in at the end. Now, the next section is the video section, and you just want to do what you did on the homepage, which is remove video as a title, select the thumbnail, which is this thumbnail, right? Then you want to select the thumbnail and add the URL from YouTube Unlisted or Vimeo, and it's just going to be the same video as the one on the homepage. And then where it says featured collection, you're doing the exact same thing you did on the homepage, which is going to be shop the rest of our home essentials and then link the products. So if you click this and click to where it says select collection, you just want to click the R collection that we created before, and it will load up those products. And again, we want to change the amount of products shown on each row. So we're going to change this to 3, and we're also going to change this to 3. And the reason why we're doing that, guys, is so it fits the page really nicely. So if you have more, then make sure you change it to the amount that you've got. So as you guys can see now, it says shop our other home essentials, as this is a good way to try and get other products sold on your website. Now, the last thing that we need to add to the product page is our customer review. So if you go back to your Shopify home, now, the last thing that we need to add, guys, to the product page is some customer reviews that we can import from AliExpress. So go back to Shopify Home Dashboard, go to the App Store, go to where it says Shopify App Store, and you want to search for an app called LAI Product Reviews. Now, this is the app that you need, so click Add App. Then once you've installed the app, it's going to ask you for the widget layout, grid, list, or 2-column. Now, it's up to you how you want to have it. I have it as 2-column. And then where it says brand color, you're going to want to change this to like a goldy color because you're trying to implement stars. So this is the color here. You can copy this code here. It's completely fine. Click save and continue. And then it goes over product reviews. You want to go to where it says switch to automatic installation. And then you want to go to where it says go to dashboard. And then you want to go to where it says import reviews. And then you want to go to where it says import reviews from AliExpress. And then you want to select the product. So this is the product right here. And then once you've done that, you want to go down and it's going to show you the type of reviews that you can add. 20 reviews. You can add here only reviews of photos. So that's the one that I want. You can change the date range. You can translate it if you want. But this is pretty much all I do. And then you want to hit get reviews. These are the options that I select. And then you want to paste the AliExpress link in here. And as soon as you've done that, you want to hit get reviews. And then it will show you some examples of the reviews that it's pulled out. And as long as you're happy with all of them, you can click import all reviews. And then if you go back to the dashboard and change it to reviews, it's going to give you all the options that you can do. You can view it, you can share it, you can go into settings, you can change loads of things in here as well. So make sure you check all of this out, guys, to get the best results from this app. It's completely free, which is insane. And then once you've done that, guys, you want to go back to your Shopify store and refresh it. And as soon as you refresh the theme editor, it should now show the reviews that you've imported here. So it shows you 5-star reviews. If you scroll down, it should also show you the reviews that it's imported. So what we need to do, guys, is we need to move these reviews higher. So if you go to the left-hand section, you're going to see apps. You want to move this above video. So your reviews should show above your video. So what you guys want to make sure you do is move the review section above featured collection. So your review should always be above your featured collection and underneath your video. Now, if your reviews go empty, just make sure that the product is selected here in the right-hand section. And as long as it's selected, it will import them. So as you guys can see, the product reviews are now above the other essential products, and that's where you want to have them. So the last thing that you guys need to do is head back over to the Shopify Home Dashboard, go to where it says Online Store, go to where it says Navigation, and you want to fix these out. So you got the main menu and you got the footer menu. Now the main menu should have these pages: Shop Our Range and then it should take them to the collection page, track your order, and then you should use parceltracking.com to have as a link. Contact us should then take them to the contact us page. Now, I'm not going to show you how to do it in this video because I've done it in loads of other tutorials, and I'll also leave the step-by-step in the cheat sheet, and I'll also leave a link to the video tutorial on how to do this as well in the cheat sheet. And then you need to do the footer menu, and the things inside of the footer menu should be things like shipping policy, terms of services, privacy policy, and again, I'll leave a video and the step-by-steps of how to do this in the cheat sheet. And then once you've done those successfully, you should now see that the header bar shows shop our range, track your order, contact us. And then the next thing that you need to do is go back to theme settings, scroll all the way down to where it says checkout. You want to upload your logo here where it says custom image, and you want to change the colors to the accent colors. So you can see here, I've changed into my brand colors. Now, there are a few other things that you need to do in the back end, like checkout. So if you go back to the Shopify homepage and go to settings, you should see checkout. You do need to adjust a few of these settings. I'm not going to do it in this video because it's already taken too long, but I will leave a link in the cheat sheet showing you how to set this section up. You also need to do shipping and delivery. You also need to set up your payment gateway by going to payment gateways here where it says payments. And there are some other apps that I'd recommend that you have installed. And again, I'll leave all the recommended apps and tutorials in the cheat sheet. But if we head back into the Shopify theme editor and take a look at how our theme's looking and how our store's looking, you can see that this is the home page. It's looking really nice and professional. We've got it here. We've got all the FAQs, the videos, the footer. And then if we look at the actual product page itself, the product page looks epic as well. You can see here's the product page. You can see all the information. You can see the frequently asked questions, the reviews, the essentials. So that was the build setup, guys. And your store should now look like mine, but for your product and your store. So guys, that was the exact step-by-step tutorial on how I build my Shopify dropshipping stores in 2023. I know it was a long tutorial. I hope you're able to make some epic looking dropshipping stores that really look like real brands and separates you from those amateur dropshippers. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure we get that cheat sheet available as it is going to be very helpful for you, and make sure you enter the store giveaway. And if you've enjoyed this video, let me know in the comment section. Make sure you smash that like button, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.